Namaste. Namaste. Hello, everyone, or those of you who are watching or not. And it's great to be with you again for my second live stream. And the first one was quite funny when I looked back on it in many ways. I, I'm going to start off by explaining first what I mean by Namaste. And it's what appeals to me about the word namaste is that it basically means that the soul in me honors the soul in you. And I think that's a very beautiful thing. Um, I don't care who watches this um, in regards to your background, gender, how you identify, your religion, your non-religion, your spirituality. Um, Me, I brought up a Catholic, but right now, yeah, I'm just in the now, and I am just trying to be mindful, and the card I picked out today, because I will pick out a card every day, and I've left the lights off. So I mightn't be able to read this. Yes, I can. So it says happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. I can't read who said that because the light or my glasses aren't good enough. There's a bit of amusing here. A bit of a musing, not a bit of amusing. Okay, I'm learning. Musing says, however dark things may seem and however much you may be despairing right now, remember that good things are around the corner and there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. It's up to you to turn it on. Affirmation is, I am aware of the vibrant light ahead of me. Sounds beautiful, but would sound to many to be too simplistic, especially if you look at what is happening around the world right now. And we are privileged, and I accept that privilege and acknowledge that privilege that I can even sit here and talk without having my street bombed or worse. So saying affirmations like that to people who are really um, in situations that, and I think you know what I'm saying, that it's almost a lack of empathy sometimes to say to somebody, oh well, there's light at the end of the tunnel, when that person can't see any light at all, or when that person or those people are in total darkness. Um, so that's a tough one for me today to read that, and it's a tough one when I do watch other YouTubers, and when I um, hear some of these positive affirmations, which are I think individually good. They have been personally for me, but the empath in me is always in me. So all I can say to a person who says that, well, I don't see any light at all, there's just darkness, I can say, well, let me just sit there with you. And even if you're feeling really, really down and out, um, let me sit there with you. Let me just be here for you, just for this moment. You're lucky enough that you can watch this. You're still breathing. Um, and breathing is happening. I read somewhere how many times we breathe a day. I couldn't believe the number, but I've forgotten what it was. Should take some notes for these streams, but the whole idea of these streams is to talk, just stream from my mind or my consciousness without coming across as very scripted. Um, I'm trying to figure out how to put some nice music to the background of this video. There is music playing in the background, so I'm not too sure whether or not this video will get played. I don't want to do any copyright infringements or anything like that, but I'll see how it goes. This is music playing from a radio somewhere, which you may or may not hear. I'm not too sure. I will only find out when I'm back. Um, so I've been interested, I guess, in mindfulness for a while now, but I don't think I've ever really understood it till recent. And even though it's recent, the world keeps, the universe keeps sending me situations that test the metal. I went again, not trying to go back into the past, but in an attempt to kind of relate my authentic self to you, that I would say I've had some very transformative moments that really jolted me. Right now I'm home because I'm not well, and I have been off work for a few weeks. I'm hoping maybe I might get back to work next week, but that'll all depend on certain test results and appointments and things like that. But um, I've never seen the inside of a hospital as much as I have in the last 12 months. Um, it's yeah, and it's jolted me in terms of um, you know, I would describe myself. I think the first pivotal moment of of for me in terms of mindfulness, well, was many years ago when I started reading certain books and exploring different texts and ways of thinking. And there's so many books that I read and thought I understood, but I didn't really. And I'm sure you've had that experience as well, of reading a book or seeing a movie, and you kind of think you know what it means, but then when you pick it up uh, again, maybe a year later, maybe even 5, 10 years later, it's like you're reading a new book completely, because as your own consciousness changes, as your own mind changes, it's amazing your interpretation of what has been written or said can change with that due to your own life experience. Um, so yeah, there I was thinking I was, almost a Zen-like for a good year. And then, so many things started happening. And I have my own type of saying now when I get up in the morning. I still do a meditation, even though, gosh, that can be difficult, but it's not as difficult as it was for me. I thought I knew how to meditate, but it was not to be. And I will, of course, go into that a lot more when as these streams go on, as these talks go on. Um, so right now, I'm here, and you're watching, and I'm listening to some nice calm music. I'm breathing, and I feel calm. And I want you to breathe with me just for a moment. Just a very, very small breathing exercise. And you can do this if you want to, or you can just flick off and watch something else on YouTube or other, so many places where you can watch stuff. But it's a breathing exercise which is very simple, and it is as follows. So if you'd like to, you can close your eyes, and I will direct you a little bit in this breathing exercise. So what I'd like you to do is just take a deep breath in, hold, and release. Now this time, when I ask you to take a deep breath in, as you take a deep breath in, count to 4 in your mind or out loud. It's up to yourself. And breathe in with your nose. And then when you breathe out, count to 6, breathing out with your mouth. So let's start. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now I want you to keep doing that for half a minute without me talking. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Okay, now keep your eyes closed. How is that going for you? Are thoughts coming in while you're doing this? I would be very surprised if there wasn't thought coming in. And that's what I grappled with when I started meditation and struggled with meditation, because I always thought that the whole idea of meditation was to not just calm the mind, but to get rid of all the thoughts, because we're thinking all the time, and you know that, and I know that, and we're having that internal dialogue all the time, or we're thinking about, oh, you're probably thinking now, when does this video end? Or you're thinking, well, he could have shaved before he did this video. I doubt it, but several thoughts: work, family, finances, the state of the world, the state of where you are. During meditation, as I was trying meditation when I first began, it was all about that. And it was trying to shut out the thoughts. And you can't shut out your thoughts. Um, you know, one of my what would I call him? One of my friends, now passed, but friend because I read his books and have listened to him. A man who was way ahead of his time was a man called Alan Watts. And so he had some saying, I can't remember it exactly, but it said that you can't force to quieten your mind. Let it be. Let it be. It will quieten itself. So doing that exercise, breathing again, and I'm going to just show you a little trick to not force the thoughts to go away, but to bring you back to your breathing. It's called practice, it's called concentration. But I'll have something else to say after that. So, as you will remember, it's breathe in with your nose for 4 seconds. This time, I want you to leave your mouth just slightly open, just slightly open. So, you're going to be breathing out with your mouth. And close your eyes if you like, and start with your first breath inwards and out. Inwards and out. What I want you to do different this time is when those thoughts do come in, return to your breath. And you do that by thinking, I will admit you will be thinking, or by becoming aware of your breath is probably a better description. So when any thoughts come back, any thoughts come left of center, or anything comes into your mind that takes you out of the now, come back to your breath. And you do that deliberately. And you do it like this. I'm breathing in. I am breathing out. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Now, that will help a little. It may not help you at all. Um, I ain't no guru. It will help concentrate because breathing exercises are, I find, really calming at times. You need to be in the right space. You need to be even in the right space to try meditation. But even if it's picking up a book that inspires you and resonates with you, even if it's going for a walk in nature, if you can't go for a walk in nature or walk down the street, try and remember those breathing exercises. Because there's so much going on today, and there's so much that we need to come back to ourselves and look after ourselves. Even the word mindful, is paradoxical in a way, because there's a lot of people talking about mindfulness, and there's a lot of people you can hire now, and there's lots of experts and lots of apps and lots of everything, and many of those are good. Many of those are good. The authentic ones are good. What's authentic? That's for another stream. Mindful, being mindful is almost an oxymoron, because our minds are full, and being mindful really means to allow space, to be calm, relaxed. And when we're mindful, and we're truly mindful, we can truly make good decisions. I don't mean good as in good and bad, but when we're mindful about our thinking, about our actions, about ourselves and about others, it can give birth to positive emotion. I know it can. It has for me. Compassion, kindness, love, empathy. They're all part of the human condition, suppressed in many humans. And I empathize for those humans because nobody knows what conditioning, what life they have gone through, you have gone through, I have gone through. I can walk beside you, but I can't walk in your shoes. I can see with you, but I see not through your eyes. I can listen with you, but I hear not with your ears. But I am kind. I am speaking. I am grateful. The I am statement, I think, is very powerful. I am. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Yet it could still be the last. So treat yourself and everyone around you as though it was. How would the rest of your day be? What would the rest of your day be like if you knew it was the last? Would you still hate those people that you've always hated? Would you still go to war? Would you still gossip? Would you still be a horrible person? And I mean that in a non judgmental way. I mean that in the person or personality that you think you are. But there is love in everyone. And coming back to that darkness and the light, there is light, I believe, in everyone. Just like the candle flickers in the background, the candle flickers in everyone. Sometimes it flickers very lowly, sometimes it goes out, but flickers on again. It can be lit again. Hold up, hold on in there, come back again, and this is just the beginning. There are many, many people in the world who are going inwards now. There are many, many people in the world who are actually taking action from what I think is a mindful place. But it needs to be peaceful. And we've got to stop hurting ourselves and others. And every time you have a negative thought about yourself, you're hurting yourself. Every time you have a negative thought about another person, you're hurting them and yourself. Every time we judge. Because life is a mirror. You're looking at it and it is looking back at you. And sometimes it can reflect an image that you've created. Some people have woken up this morning and thought, this is the best day of my life. And some people have woken up thinking, this is the worst day of my life. It's all happening. And it's all an happening. Remember that breathing exercise? Try it every now and then. Let's finish with another meditation exercise that you can take with you or not. I use this one daily, and I can't remember where I heard this one from. Um, I know that the earlier one I gave you about breathing exercise came from a great app called Calm. If you haven't got an app called Calm, you should download it. There is a free version, and if you're privileged enough to own, I keep coming back to privilege because I am grateful to know that I am privileged. Um, and in the sense of privilege, that is because I can talk to you. I'm using a computer. I'm using technology. Um, I live in a house. Um, I've got a roof over my head. So I'm grateful for that privilege. Very, very grateful. And that could change at any moment. But I want to be a place, I am at a place where wherever I lay my hat, that's my home. And I will always be grateful for all the lessons that I have learned in this life and any lessons to come. The other exercise, which we will finish on, is what I want you to do is have a look around in wherever you are. And I just want you to focus on something. I'm going to focus on something myself. So you're going to focus on something that you find in the room around you or wherever you are. You could be anywhere. If you're in darkness, that's a bit tougher. Focus on something in your mind. Bring a picture to your mind. But focus on an object and just focus on it and take 4 deep breaths. Now close your eyes and take another 4 deep breaths. Remember what your original focus was. So that thing you focused on, keep that in mind. That's your original source of your focus in this exercise. Now I want you to open your eyes and I want you to look around at the many things that you may see. Again, if you're in darkness, just play around with your imagination and look around the room. See something, don't attach to it. See something else, don't attach to it. See something else. See the different colors, the different shapes. Just keep looking at the different things. You don't have to remember them, but just see and just wonder at, wow, there's so many different things to look at. A breath in, breathing out. Now, what I would like you to do is just listen to the sounds around you. Remember your source, and then breathing in and out, I want you to be aware of each different sound that you hear. Okay. You probably heard the music in the background, if it's being played at all. And maybe you heard birds, maybe you heard Nothing. That's okay too. Just breathing in. Now notice any smells. Is there different smells? Is there no smell? Smell your own arm. Smell your t-shirt. If you're out walking, do you smell someone cooking? Is there something cooking? Smell. Breathing. Do you still remember your source? Take a deep breath. And now the sensation. Touch perception. What do you feel on your body? Touch something. How does that feel? Touch your leg. Do you feel anything up against your skin? Wind? A fan? Do you feel hot? Do you feel cold? What are the sensations? Do you feel the clothes upon your body? Do you feel the sheets upon yourself? And back to source. What's the first thing you thought of? Close your eyes. And let's integrate the other breathing exercise by breathing in for 4 seconds and out for 6. In, out. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? The answer is namaste for now. Thanks for watching. If you're new, welcome. If you'd like to subscribe, there's a button down there somewhere. But you don't have to do anything. Enjoy the rest of the day, night, wherever you are. And may peace be with you.